it's time the freeloaders are no longer freeloaders. So we're starting with Raven. The vet's out today. We're gonna check to see where they're at in their cycle. So we're gonna see if they're building follicles, if they're coming into heat. If they are in heat, we are gonna go ahead and culture them and possibly flush them. But we're just kind of getting a lay of the land pre-breeding season. I also have an embryo flush that I purchased, and they're checking that mare. It's in a whole different state. She's out in Texas. So they're checking her tomorrow. So hopefully one of my recips is somewhere in the realm of can be set up with that mare so that I don't have to spend a gajillion dollars on a rent-a-recip. So hopefully, crossing our fingers, somebody has a similar follicle size to the mare we are flushing. So Raven has had a foal before. This wouldn't be her first baby, but we've never foaled her out. So hopefully she's gonna be carrying either for this mare I purchased an embryo from, or for Trudy, or one of the big mares. Raven's up first. So her cervix is tight, not a whole lot of activity, not in heat. All right, Willow's up next. Oh my gosh, she is so much juicier than she was last year when we were checking her. So Willow is in heat, a little different than Raven. You see that tomato? The little wagon wheel / tomato looking thing right there signifies they're in heat. So due to her being in heat, we are gonna go ahead and take a culture and make sure she doesn't have anything like an infection or anything. So that's her follicle size. It's like a 3-5. So we keep track of how big the follicles are on what side they're on, and then we can kind of track their progression. And, depending on that mare that I am flushing tomorrow, Willow might be in the running to sync them up. So Maggie actually is Dr. Matthews' favorite, so he's happy to see her back. She doesn't growl at him and try to hurt him. So Maggie has a 4.3. So I'm promising y'all right now, even if Beyonce is ready to breed, we're not doing it. We're gonna short cycle them and do it at the end of the month. I'm not having a scare again with you specifically. So we're gonna go ahead and culture her. We're gonna let her go out of heat, and then depending on when Beyonce, and then sync them up together. Next is Miss Charlotte. I need you to be on your best behavior, pretty girl. So Charlotte's got a 2.8 on her right. So we're gonna keep track of that. And last but not least is Beyonce. You were not a plan for today, but Maggie is just too perfect. And if you're in heat, then we'll let y'all get out of heat together, and then we'll sync you up to breed you at the end of the month.
She does have a big follicle.
Oh, huge follicle. Good Lord.
Yeah,
that's a 4-5. Good Lord. So Beyonce's looking like she's kind of at like the tail end of her heat, and that kind of puts her perfect with Maggie. So I hope you enjoyed that little check. Let me know if you have any questions, because breeding season's about to ramp up.